Welcome to the Creative Plan Podcast Network. Join us as we share our favorite RPGs, one-shot games, tabletop games, reviews of items, and convention panels, and other exciting things that we run into from time to time. Sit back and enjoy the show. Welcome back to the Creative Plan Podcast Network.
Woohoo!
It is that glorious time of year again for August's hashtag RPGaDay.
Woohoo! Yay!
RPG.
This is like what, our third year doing it?
It's our third year doing it. It's RPGaDay's fifth year.
Oh yeah,
officially.
Cool.
And it's a great time for everybody to tweet, blog, Facebook, whatever, social media, YouTube, Skype, whatever you do about RPGs. It's a great way to share it with the world by using hashtag RPGaDay2018. Yay! And you can always look up hashtag RPGaDay 2017, 2016, 2014, and 2013 to see the previous year's stuff.
Awesome.
So, we are at Wednesday, August the 1st, which is, for this week, the questions are all going to be what questions? So for today, it's what do you love about RPGs? Introduce yourself, where you can be found on social media, and what your answer is.
Well, I'm Kellie, and you can't find me on social media because I don't do the Facebook.
Or the Twitters. Or the
Twitters
Instagrams.
and stuff. I know I am backward, I guess.
I call you a rebel.
I am. I'm like, fight the Bower.
Find Kellie at thechemistteagirls.com.
But please note, I'm not the one that maintains it. But I have lovely people who say, hey, so-and-so asked this question. What do you want me to say?
You've got people taking care of your social media for you.
Exactly, because I'm against certain...
You don't have the bandwidth for it.
No, I don't, actually, as I'm multitasking as we do this. But for what... No, repeat the question, sweetie.
The question for August the 1st is, what do you love about RPGs?
Me, I love the opportunity to be able to role play. It's like, I have a background in technical theater with an emphasis in costumes. And there's a certain amount of, I kind of miss some of the plays and but not that I was an actor or anything. But think about it. It gives you the opportunity to play a role. Something that's different than what you get to do. And you get to do it more often than, say, like Halloween or, it gives you that freedom to be somebody else, even for a short period of time.
That's
That's a
awesome.
good one.
My name is Jocelynne, and I am all about social media. You can find me my professional performer page on Facebook, facebook.com/Madame Askew. That's my professional character that I use in performance at various conventions across the country, across the United States and Canada, I should say. I'm also on Instagram at Madame Askew, and for slightly saucier, more hot takes, you can find me on Twitter at Madame Askew. So...
Oh, and she's on Patreon.
And I'm on Patreon. Oh my gosh, thank you for
I am a patron. I do, I do.
Oh my gosh, thank you for the reminder. I
know, because I just got the text saying that, hey, Patreon, you just paid X amount to Patreon. Oh, that's right, because it's August 1st.
So I do have a Patreon at Madame Askew, and we host their tutorials and photographs and costuming information and tea reviews and all kinds of wonderful rewards and treats for the patrons. And
matter of fact, you just did
I just did some things, and we're going to be doing a tea review coming up soon, and probably an etiquette question this month, and I'll be also talking about some adventures in Bisbee and getting ready for adventures in Canada. So we'll be sharing all of that as well as some sewing tutorials.
Oh,
So,
there's going to be some Bisbee stuff.
oh, there's going to be Bisbee stuff.
And San Diego.
And San Diego, yeah. So, no, I'm going to go on a tangent about Bisbee. So, in terms of what I like or love about RPGs, the list is long. It's really hard to pick just one or a couple of things. I agree with Kellie that it's lovely to have an opportunity to do some regular performance. I do perform kind of regularly now, all over the place, but I love the opportunity to improv with friends in the format of an RPG. So there are rules and there are stats and there are things that constrain the improvisational nature of playing the character, but it's still improvisational and off the cuff, and I love that. But I also really adore the shared storytelling aspect. It's highly collaborative.
Yeah.
And with the right group of people, it is like the ultimate choose your own adventure. And I just loved those books when I was a kid.
I still have some of mine.
Oh my God.
I have the Pillars of Pentagon and
Got like 5 of them.
yeah, I've got a few of them still, you know.
And I've got
Those
some
were
of the old white and red
awesome.
covered ones.
Oh my gosh, I
Like when
remember
you
those.
had
I
the
used to
spy
have-
or the space guy.
Oh
the space
yeah, I
marshal.
used to have the romance one. It's a D&D base, but it had a love story,
Oh my gosh.
which but for somehow that one seems to have disappeared.
And the Lone Wolf series
Oh my
that
gosh.
progressed from book to book. You stayed the same character.
So I remember going to the book fair at school as an elementary school student and always picking up the Choose Your Own Adventure books. That was
Those were
my
the
jam.
gold
They were the
standards.
Yeah, okay, did any of you cheat?
I totally cheated.
Everyone has cheated at least
some
once
points,
or twice.
I would finish the book as I would, sort of like the way I played Knights of the Old Republic. I finish it as I would, and then I go back and try the alternates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
Just to see what you can get.
Yeah, I mean,
But we all peeked at some
Yep.
at least one or two of them. Oh, I can't make up my mind. Which one? And then you peek at both just
Right.
to see, and then okay, I'm obviously going to this one.
yeah, absolutely, always. And I had a lot of uncertainty in my childhood, which, not to be a downer, was really challenging. So it was nice to be able to look at the consequences.
Yeah.
Because really weird things would happen, like nothing like doing laundry and cleaning the house to get in trouble for doing the laundry and cleaning the house. So it's complicated, strange, stressful childhood. So Choose Your Own Adventure was a great escape. And as an adult, it's not this, I don't have the same necessity of escape, but I do love that quality.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And pretty much, I gotta say, what I love about RPGs is the freeform storytelling, because it's not just Jim the GM writing a story in a book and this is how it ends, or I have to be in character for characters. I have 5 wonky great friends that are doing who knows what batshit crazy stuff, and that's what's happening. Like when you play
Hey,
games,
I resemble that remark.
Mhm.
like when you play games with like Star Wars with the narrative dice, or just dice hate you night,
Yeah,
you know, where
right.
the dice just hate you, and the good guys are getting kicked in the face all night until that natural 20
You know,
comes
sometimes
up.
that can be so much fun too. It's
Yep.
like when Tilda rolled the 2 back ones, she had disadvantage and she rolled 2 1s.
Well,
And
yeah.
you know, it was actually kind of hilarious, you know.
And well, there was that time that a certain monk jumped out a window and
By the hair of her ladle
That's what
chin
you get
chin
for listening
chin.
to the Dragonborn Mage. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I definitely rolled a bunch of fails and then
A
rolled
bunch
a
of awesomeness.
really important successes. So that was lovely. Yeah.
You know, speaking of that group, we got to get back together. It's been
Oh,
too long.
yeah.
It's been so long.
It's
I'd
been
love
way
to do
too
that.
long. We've-
Sister Solus is getting lonely.
And I
But
love
what-
that monk.
But what I really, really, really love about RPGs is because I play a lot of MMORPGs and online RPGs and
Mhm.
PlayStation 4 RPGs. The best part of RPGs with your friends is you can go off the reservation and you don't have to sit to a pre-scripted script, and you can get off the rails and decide, we're doing this weird thing. Granted, some GMs are a little flustered when that happens, but the beauty of the free-formedness of the group decides to do that, they can go do that.
No, it's beautiful. So the first time I GM'd a game, I got all kinds of advice from all these different people who game mastered, who were my friends, and they had really different approaches. And none of them did me the courtesy of saying, so you're going to make a lot of plans, and then your players will make different plans. They were all like, you make a plan, and you have an outline, and you should, like, guide your players to the right choices.
Never flow chart, because they always fall off the tracks in a second.
I don't know about those guys.
No plan survives first contact with the enemy.
So now when I run a game, I just make a very general outline with enough information about the NPCs and the enemies, kind of the end goals and the challenges that may occur that I can respond to what my players do. But I never expect a session to follow any plan.
Yeah, the best advice I ever got was Ari Salvatore talking about writing, where he comes up with scenes and then writes the story to connect the scenes. So you just come up with encounters, and then you fit them in as they work. Because we all know how players will jump the shark and do something completely different than what the plan is.
But even writers, their characters will sometimes write their own story.
Which is the best
how
part.
It starts, how a certain character will... I mean, and that's the same with role-playing characters, where they'll start off a certain way, and then through interaction with other players, NPCs, and the storylines, it changes that character.
Yeah. They actually find their voice, and that's the character.
Yeah.
And then a good role player will respect the character and do that.
Yes.
As opposed to metagaming.
Let it, as opposed to forcing that character into a specific one note. They'll allow that character to grow or to change or to,
Don't be a munchkin.
Yeah. So, those of you at home, for hashtag RPGaDay 2018, what is it that you love about RPGs? Please comment, share the hashtag, spread the word, let people know, because hashtag RPGaDay 2018 is going to be awesome this year because the questions really are great. And there are a bunch of alternate questions we may just throw out there as bonuses on the episodes.
Nice. Awesome.
All right. So that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Woohoo! Hi, this is Kellie, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion to Ragnarok story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Creative Play and Podcast Network. And feel free to enjoy our other shows, such as D&D Journey of the 5th Edition and Scion Ragnarok and Roll, a Scion hero to Ragnarok story. Thank you for listening.
Thank you to Cake the Cat. Oh, he just left.
Background noise provided by Cake.